There's a particular kind of exhaustion that comes from constantly questioning yourself, not just questioning your decisions, questioning your memory, your perception, your tone, your intentions, your worth. Some people walk through conflict and think, that was uncomfortable. Other people replay it for 6 months, wondering if they accidentally destroyed someone's life. And if you grew up around trauma, unpredictability, criticism, emotional instability, or environments where you constantly had to monitor yourself to stay emotionally safe, you probably know exactly what I mean. Because trauma doesn't just make people afraid of others. Sometimes trauma makes people afraid of themselves. The birth of self-doubt. I think one of the hardest things to explain to people who haven't lived this is what it feels like to stop trusting your own internal compass. You start second guessing everything. Did I say something wrong? Did I misunderstand? Did I accidentally hurt someone? Am I remembering this correctly? Maybe I'm actually the problem. And the cruel irony, is that the people who ask themselves those questions the most are often the people trying the hardest to be kind. People who are deeply conscientious, empathetic, sensitive, and emotionally aware. But trauma trains your nervous system to scan constantly for danger, and eventually you become part of the danger scan. You start monitoring yourself the same way other people monitor threatening environments. The overthinker's courtroom. Some people don't realize what overthinking actually feels like internally. It's not just thinking too much. It feels like living inside a courtroom where you are simultaneously the prosecutor, the defense attorney, the judge, and the accused. You replay conversations, facial expressions, texts, silences, tone shifts. You analyze interactions trying to locate the exact moment that something went wrong. And if you're also perfectionistic or struggle with OCD tendencies, uncertainty feels unbearable. Your brain says, find the answer now, solve it now, fix it now. But relationships don't work like algebra equations. Human beings are messy, emotions are messy, perception is messy, but relationships don't work like that. And sometimes there is no immediate certainty available. That's what drives overthinkers crazy. Overfunctioning and emotional exhaustion. A lot of trauma survivors become overfunctioners. They become the emotional caretakers, the peacemakers, the responsible ones, the fixers. They anticipate needs before anyone asks. They apologize quickly. They explain themselves constantly. And they carry emotional labor nobody assigned to them. And from the outside, people often praise them. You're so strong. You hold everything together. You're always there for everyone. But internally, they're exhausted. Because eventually you realize you've spent years trying to earn safety by becoming emotionally indispensable. And no human being can sustain that forever without breaking down emotionally. Why misunderstanding hurts so deeply? One thing I've noticed about deeply conscientious people is that misunderstanding devastates them. Not because they need everyone to adore them, but because integrity matters deeply to them. So when someone questions their intentions, doubts their character, or misinterprets them, it doesn't just feel painful, it feels destabilizing, especially if they already struggle to trust themselves, because then the brain starts spiraling. Maybe they see something bad in me that I can't see. That is one of the loneliest emotional experiences in the world, the loneliness of being the strong one. I think a lot of emotionally intelligent people secretly feel profoundly alone because they become so used to caring, helping, fixing, supporting, functioning, and staying emotionally aware of everyone else. But they rarely feel fully held themselves. People assume you're strong, you'll be okay. But strength and exhaustion often live in the same body. And sometimes the strongest people are the ones quietly drowning under invisible emotional weight. In closing, healing is not becoming someone who never overthinks. Healing is learning that uncertainty does not automatically equal danger, that misunderstanding does not automatically mean you are bad, and that you do not have to destroy yourself trying to become perfectly acceptable to everyone around you, because you are still worthy of connection even while imperfect, even while healing, even while learning how to trust yourself again. Thank you for tuning in to Recovering Perfectionist Mama, Grace in Progress. My name is Buffy, and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and I appreciate your support. It means a lot to me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you again soon. If you got value in this, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye.